If you're seeing this right now, just know I'm on vacation. And if there's one thing you know about me, I hate going on vacation. It's not that I don't like the concept of a vacation. It's just, it takes me away from doing jiu-jitsu. So for a week, I will lose all of my jiu-jitsu powers. And when I return, I will be weaker for it. So yeah, maybe my body will heal, but just know the entire time I'm not doing jiu-jitsu, I will hate it. It felt good to admit that. I know. You're supposed to do these things. It's really not going to be a vacation. Honestly, unless I've packed a gi and no gi training gear, it's not really a vacation. So I guess what I'm saying to you is, I'm just going to get through it. Do you guys have any tips for when you go on vacation and you can't train? Tell me in the comment section. But until then, don't go anywhere. You're watching the Grappling Hour. All right, we have a hell of an episode for you guys this week. My name is Rafa Esparza. I am your friendly neighborhood BJJ podcaster. And yes, we only have one interview this week, again, on vacation. So I wanted to make sure that we have something coming out while I'm away from the desk. But I think you're going to love this interview I did with Gabe Green. We go real deep about his big win in the UFC a couple weeks ago. I tell him what I was thinking, what I was feeling. I get to hear all about the stories behind the stories or the things that maybe you saw on TV, but you wished you would have been able to ask him. So you're going to get a 10-minute preview right here. If you want to see the full thing, all you do have to do is go on over to HY.PAGE/GRAPPLINGHOUR. Now, this interview will not be unlocked for 30 days, but if you want to see it right now, go get early access. However, if you want to hear Gabe Green talk about exactly what was going on in his mind and watch the fight along with us, then you got to go to the premium section of our show. And no, unfortunately, that will not be unlocked. So that's going to be a segment that we're going to do with some of our fighter friends and our jiu-jitsu friends, where we will sit down, watch those fights, watch those jiu-jitsu matches with them. And Gabe Green was so generous with his time. I guarantee you, you will like the insight that he provides. And I thought it was really cool. I really appreciate his time. So without any further ado, check out our interview with our good friend, Gabe Green. Hey, what's up, everybody? I am very excited to bring you our first guest here today. This is a gentleman who I have had a huge appreciation of not only his work inside of the Octagon, but outside of it as well. Nice human being, always smiling, always positive, to the point where when he won at the UFC just this past weekend, he started by saying he wanted to shout out Jesus, then thought about it and said, do you shout out Jesus or do you just say thank you to Jesus?
I feel like Jesus would, after further thinking about it, he would appreciate a shout out. So I think because I like reposted that little thing and I put hashtag shout out to Jesus because
you are shouting out Jesus and you should. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabe Green, everybody. Hey,
up, guys?
Congratulations on your win. There was nobody happier than me. I mean, I'm sure there were, but in this gym.
Oh no, yeah, for sure.
Here's what happened. I was cleaning the mats. We had an open mat, and I forgot that it was an early fight. So I was like, oh God, let me make sure I'm cleaning everything, get everything, all these things set. And then somebody mentioned, they're like, are there fights tonight? I was like, Gabe, get my cell phone, literally mopping the mats like this. And I'm like, concerned when I need to be concerned, happy when I need to be happy. And no one else is in this gym, but cut to me when the good parts happen, going, let's go. And I'm like by myself. No one else is hearing me, but I was cheering by myself in this room. So
it was for sure like a roller coaster of emotions going on. I mean, did you see the video I posted of my family?
Bro, I was so happy to see that. So who filmed that?
So my girlfriend was like, I have a good idea. I'm going to put this camera right here. And then boom, she caught like really like the greatest thing ever. Just the reaction to the whole thing.
So let me tell you my fear. You're a good fighter, so wins happen for you. I'm so nervous for me that if someone had done that for me, they're like, well, I'm going to put up a camp. You know what, guys? The food's great. Things didn't go well.
Just kind of delete that. And
Yeah,
wasn't someone recording? No one was recording that.
But you're right, because when I saw that, it was such a wholesome, beautiful moment that, you know, you can't bring everybody to the Apex Center. So you can't have everybody with you. And yeah, you're getting a little bit of a crowd back again.
Yeah. Which was nice. A little bit was amazing. But I mean, yeah, having them there would be so much better.
So was that your mom and your family?
So, yeah, so it was I mean, yeah, so we're fighting out in Vegas. They were trying to get tickets, but it was like just the VIP package. So it was like $1,800, something like that. So I was like, guys, how about you just like get a room if you really want to spend money on a room, and then just watch it together, and then I'll be out, and then we can go, you know, eat or something, you know? So yeah, it was my mom, my dad, a couple of my aunts and uncles, and then some cousins. Yeah, it was like, and then my godparents' brother and sister. My godparent had a little bit of a eye operation done last week, so she wasn't able to make it out.
Oh no.
But yeah. So I mean, I'm so lucky to have like the support system I have. Like absolutely blessed. Like and then like yeah, it's like real wholesome. You know, like sometimes you have those friends who are like, I'm rooting for you, but they don't want you to root for them in life to do better than them.
Oh God.
Like, they're,
yeah,
you know?
I know they exist, but that sucks.
Yeah. So like I'm lucky to surround myself with people who genuinely just want to see me succeed.
And as they should, because like I said, dude, like, you know, we've only interviewed a few times. We've had interactions a bunch through social media, but you've been nothing but nice for me. So it's hard to not root for you. But
thank you.
At the same point, like, I could feel their energy. I could feel that. Did you know that was going to happen? And when did you find out that footage existed?
No, I had no idea that they were gonna film it. So yeah, when they told me like, oh, you got to see this video. I'm like, this is a video like we recorded when you won. I was like, and I just like, yeah, I could feel like the smile just like getting like, because especially at the end, because it's like that little like, it's like the turnaround in the fight, you know, and then he like goes to the wall, and then I'm really turning it on him, and then he drops, and it's like my dad is like in his seat, and he's like slowly getting up, like dropping a beer, and then finally and then when the ref weighs it off, everyone just it was
the eruption that happens on it. It looked amazing. I laughed so hard because if you're brown, you know how your family can get. And sometimes they don't know fight things, but they know you won.
Yeah.
So they're like, you knocked them out real good. Good job. But like, they want to feel something. They want to make sure you win. They want to make sure you're safe. So that had to be pretty great. Okay. We have to get into a few things. There's so many different areas I want to go into. We're going to explore the fight in a different video. So if you guys want to see that, go to premium. But I want to start with this. On the broadcast, they mentioned you had a bruised heart. Now, I know a pretty good deal of things about you. But when I heard that on the telecast, I was like, bro, no. Yeah. I was so concerned, but you mentioned it was kind of good that it did happen. So do you mind kind of explaining what that means?
Yeah, so getting a bruised heart, never necessarily a great thing to happen to anyone. You know, it was a pretty scary event. All of a sudden, I got hit in the heart while I was training, and literally felt like my heart stalled, like it turned off. Took a knee, was like the ego in me was like, get up, you know, like you're good, you know. But I was like, you know what? Let me go to the doctor. Let me play it safe. Let me go to the doctor, just because, you know, it felt so weird and it was in the chest. So I was thinking maybe I just kind of popped a rib or something.
Okay.
Like I didn't hear anything pop, but I was like, but it was so tight and everything was like, So I was like, it was really weird. So I go to the hospital. They do some blood work on me. It turns out troponins in my blood, and your heart releases that when it's been damaged. So everyone's not that they're freaking out, but like they're like, it goes from, because I was handling it pretty well when I was in there, shortness of breath, but like I was pretty chill. So, but then once they saw that I had troponin levels, and I guess they're pretty high, that they were just like, oh, like this is more serious than they even thought it was, because the way I was like acting when I was in there. I'm telling you, because I was like, I'm like joking around kind of still. I go to the ambulance, and also like they're like, we're gonna take an ambulance for you to go from the urgent care to the hospital. And I was like, like I don't know if I can afford that. You're gonna give me a real heart attack, it's expensive. But like they're like, no, it's protocol. I was like, you sure I can walk? I'm feeling. They're like, no, you have to jump in there. So they jump in there, and then they have an oxygen tank on me and stuff like that. And dude, like the EMT was a little bit of like a bigger dude, and he was like struggling to breathe. I was like, you good? He didn't think it was that funny, but like I mean that's just like my personality. I'm like whatever. And then we get to the actual hospital, and they do EKGs and all kinds of heart stuff, testing it, and they're just checking my blood every couple hours to make sure that they want the troponin levels to go down, but they just kept on going up, and they're just like they're not going down yet. Like you're staying, and I was just like so then like every couple hours they would wake me up and just check and I'm like, it's COVID is going on, so I'm I can't, like, my parents can't be there, no one's there, so I'm just like texting my family like, yeah, everything's fine, I'll probably see you in a little bit, I'm chilling, I'll let you know when I'm out. But on the inside I'm like, damn, this might be it. This might be the thing that gets me. Luckily, like I stay in the hospital for a bit, and the troponin levels finally go down. So they're like, all right, like they're going down like they're supposed to. They're not escalating anymore. You can go home. So they discharge me and everything. They just take it easy, relax. Don't even like my primary calls me like a couple days later just to check on me. She's like, yeah, don't watch scary movies. She's like, don't get too excited with your girlfriend. I started laughing. I'm like, she's like, no, but like seriously, like let your heart legitimately relax. And I was just like, oh man. So, I'm not training for a little bit, and had to pull out of my fight because this happened in September, and it was the fight was scheduled for October, I believe, is what it was supposed to be. So by then, it's a couple weeks. I'm still not really training, but my grandma had dementia and a brain tumor, and she started like just going down fast, like out of nowhere, and crazy because super religious. You never know why things are gonna happen, and I'm thinking like, man, I love the matchup. I felt like I really was gonna like bring it to this guy, and then all of a sudden I couldn't fight. But what ended up happening was that fight week when I would have been gone was the last week that my grandma was around. So I got to spend that last week with her that I wouldn't have otherwise. So and she ended up passing after. So that was where I even got to her when she was still like she could recognize me. And then so it was just if I would have been not the heart would have been fine, I would have been out there, and it would have been hard to focus anyways. But yeah, it's crazy that since I got a bruised heart of all things, I got to spend one more week with my grandma before she passed.
Okay, so that's just the first 10 minutes. And I didn't tell you I was going to do this at the beginning, but if you made it this far into the interview section, I feel like I should reward you. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the first 2 minutes of that special segment that we did with Gabe that I was talking about, where he breaks down the fights. And I think we're calling it Tape Study right now. If it changes names, what are you going to do? But check out this. If you like it, go subscribe, become a premium member of the Grappling Hour family. Go to HY.PAGE /Grappling Hour, and hopefully you like this segment. So I've got my good friend Gabe Green over here. We're going to watch his most recent UFC fight that just happened just this past weekend, right?
Yep, Saturday, April 30th. I woke up super flat that
really?
day. So that little I was going like that and praying. Yeah. I was like, all right, Jesus, give me the strength and the wisdom to get through this thing, because I don't know how it's gonna go. I was feeling so off.
Man, okay.
Day before, actual day of weigh-ins, we did a shakeout. Felt amazing. Woke up the next day, didn't even feel like fighting.
What was the difference between the two?
Some one stuff that happened with my. He's like, it's all right. We'll find it. He's like, just take that time when you walk in, listen to that music. And like, he's like, that'll put you, he's like, cause I usually walk out the same song all the time too. So, you know, it's like a little bit of a, all right, it's time to fight, you know?
What's the song?
X Gonna Give It To You.
Thank you. I just
DMX,
want to make sure because
don't
we don't always get that at home. Sometimes we don't.
You know what's so too? So I was like, I'm walking out there. I'm like, come on, DMX, bring me home. You know, like I'm like, let's go, DMX, bring me home. I was like, all right, I need to move around. I'm just gonna work my jab. Like I said, did we catch the rolled ankle thing?
No, I don't think we talked about the rolled ankle.
I rolled my ankle the last day of sparring, so I wasn't ready to really kick too much. That's why I'm not very kick heavy this fight compared to like my previous fight. So I was like, all right, I got a jab. Let me work my jab. If the cross is lined up, I'll let it go. But I also didn't want to stand right in front of him because my boy hits hard. Like I rolled it a little bit, and it was my bad because I went straight back instead of angling off to the side. And that's what he started doing, kind of running at me, really trying to get me because I was doing a good job of staying on the outside. I was like, I lost that one. And he was like, that's fine, though. You know, it's fine. You know, he's like, it was close. He's like, yeah, you probably lost it, but, you know, we'll get it back right now.
All right, everybody, that's going to do it for us here at the Grappling Hour. Just a reminder, we'd love it if you would subscribe to us at our YouTube page, but we would really love it if you go to our HY.PAGE/Grappling Hour and support the show and become a member. We tried to keep the premium tier and the early access tier at levels that I think are affordable. I really try to produce really good content for you, and we have a lot more coming in the next couple weeks. So I hope that you show up. I hope that you give us some feedback on if you really like a segment or if you want to pitch something. That comes along with the territory if you become a member of the show. All right, that's it. I'm going to return back to my vacation, and when you see me next, I will be struggling to get my jiu-jitsu back. Anyway. It's been a great day for grappling. We'll see you back on the mats.